Zach, let's stick with you. So, dark horses this year. Perry would have to be one. They have Desert Vista this week, which will be an interesting game, simply because of Scooter Molander going over to DV. But dark horses, what do you got?
Yeah, honestly, I would probably say that Desert Vista team is a dark horse for sure. I know that they're being overlooked by a lot of teams. They lost a ton of players, 12 of them just to Mountain Point, the rival right down the street. But I saw their scrimmage, and this is what was a team that's really believing in themselves. The defensive line is big, and they're very physical and powerful. Offensive line is coming together really well, and they've got a very, very talented wide receiver group led by Rowan Martinez, who is a Division I football player and also a very fast track athlete as well. Zach Brown did a really nice job at quarterback for them. They've also got Seth Hansen, who's a sophomore that's a little bit taller, 6'1", 6'2" range. This is a team that has some guys. They just have been overlooked all summer. They lost a lot. New head coach, fourth one in 4 years, obviously doesn't really help, but they believe in themselves, and that's all they really care about right now.
Eric?
Quietly, the Apollo Hawks have had 3 straight winning seasons, and I think this is going to be Aaron Wall's best team coming into the fall. Obviously, the headliner is Adam Muhammad, one of 3 U of A commits that Apollo has, 30 touchdowns last year as a junior. Guys, I look at that region, that 5A Northwest region, it's theirs for the taking. Good game coming up in the next few weeks against Sunny Slope. I'll be interested to see that. But look out for the Hawks. They're going to be really good this year.
Zach, this Friday night, where are you heading?
Hamilton and Liberty. In my opinion, a very deep, open division playoff preview.
Eric, you given a thought yet?
I'm going to check out Desert Edge at Centennial. There's going to be a lot of smoke around this game, and I actually think this is a bigger game for Centennial than it is for Desert Edge, simply because Desert Edge has, I don't want to say the ability to lose a game, but they're playing a 6A school. It's the first game of the year. And if Desert Edge finds a way to beat Centennial, that's going to open a lot of eyes in the West Valley, especially when it comes to kids, I don't know, maybe considering transferring from one West Valley school to another, whether that be, Centennial Liberty, Liberty Desert Edge, Verado. There's just a lot of moving parts below the surface in the West Valley, and there's going to be a ton of interesting storylines to watch at that game at Centennial.
I'm going to check out Saguaro at ALA Queen Creek for a bit, and then I'm going to go over and see Joe Germain come back to his Queen Creek roots, Mountain View and Queen Creek. And I think both those games have some interesting sidelines to them. Before I get you guys out of here, are there some storylines that you're looking forward to that you haven't mentioned here for this coming season? Zach?
Probably how good Mountain Point is going to be. I think that's still a question up in the air. They have a lot of transfers, but they're not going to be eligible until week 6. So can they get through those first 5 games? And, one of those games does include Centennial. So that's going to be kind of the biggest storyline, is how does Mountain Point do in the first 5 versus the back 5, and where do they land, whether it be open division or the 6A conference playoffs?
Eric?
2 first-year head coaches under the microscope in Scottsdale, Doug Nissenson at Chaparral and Zach Hill at Saguaro. It's kind of a dawn of a new rivalry between 2 old rivals. I think they're kind of turning the page, and I think both of those teams are going to be really strong, but it's going to be interesting to see how those teams react with new head coaches this season.
That's Eric Sorensen with Sports 360. Zach Elvira crushes it and kills it over at the Tribune. We appreciate both their times. That is AZ Audibles, brought to you by Ortho Arizona.